Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even
Go,
Two legs. So, over the past 2 years, I've been just hacking at game development using a tool called Unity. Kind of think of Unity similar to like we use Visual Studio, but for game development. And part of the reason I picked up game development with Unity was because I felt I had bad patterns in the way that I approached software development. I was very focused on being a perfectionist, and that gave a lot of anxiety. And I'm like, you know what, I'll pick something up that it doesn't have to be perfect. I know it's going to be crap, and I just want to have fun when I build it. I don't really want to care about how it's going to look in the end. So, yeah, growing up, used a lot of Lego, and like probably most people did. And I just loved the creativity aspect of it. It's like, one day you can build a car, then you can turn into a spaceship, and you can just reuse different ideas for different things. So that was a key thing for me growing up. And then a particular game came out called Minecraft, which I'm sure everyone knows. And I mean, it struck a chord for me because it's kind of like Lego, but for adults. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, the key thing I took away from it is you don't need great graphics to make it a fun game, right? And it just didn't seem that hard. Like, I can build this, surely. Yeah. So 2 years ago, I joined what's called a global game jam, and the idea is you've got 48 hours to build a game, and they give you a theme. And this particular theme year was called Wave. So it's up to you how you want me to cross.
No, I'm grand. I was making sure I pressed
So, yes, wave, and so you can interpret the idea however you want. So you could take it like magnetic waves, or in my case, I took it as a tsunami wave, or enemy waves, however you want. So I ended with some friends, but unfortunately, we had some conflict of interest about ideas. So I went off and kind of built my own game, which hopefully this will work.
Are you still friends now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Also convincing.
Let's just hit play here then, I thought spacebar. Anyway, super basic. You can kind of get the idea of maybe Lego in there, and I was just learning about how input worked, about how the game engine worked, and how physics worked, and like most of this stuff kind of came out of the box. Obviously I did the graphics myself. But it was a great learning exercise. So I built this in 48 hours, and obviously I ran out of time, so I built a wall that you couldn't beat. I called it Trump's Wall.
Trump's wall.
Oh. So as I said, I started really getting that feeling of Lego when I was a kid again. Who was this creative? I do whatever I want, but I didn't know how to do something. I just go find out how to do it, and so I loved it. Before I show the next slide, I didn't do this, but this is a game I played when I was a kid called Syndicate. Probably a bit violent for a kid's game. You basically went around assassinating people, and you had like pistols and Uzis and flamethrowers and rocket launchers. I loved it. So I'm like, I want to build a game like that. I'm not ashamed. Actually, the first game I played was Leisure Suit Larry. I was 7 years old. I don't know what my parents were thinking. Anyway, so I tried building my interpretation of that as my next game. So hopefully sound comes through. I don't know how loud it'll be. I didn't test this. Anyway, you're the guy in the middle. Yeah, you got the sound. So yeah, reusing the assets I had from my previous game and just adding some AI and some guns like pistols, bullets, explosions. I mean, it kind of looks crap, I know, but I was having fun, and that was the key thing for me. So I went out and said, look, I'm crap at graphics, I'm going to buy something. So I went and bought this asset called City Adventure, and I'm like, I'll just try and enhance the game just using graphics alone. I don't really want to spend hundreds of hours building something that I'm not that passionate about. Sorry. So I.
No, what you're saying is Vic should do this.
Yeah. Well, Vic hasn't invited to me all these Korean fried chicken Fridays. Let's get off topic. Focus on this. So anyway, so just same thing, kind of basically taking the same features but just adding a little bit of graphics to it, just to make it, you know, look a little better, play a little better. Bit of sound, it says reload.
Sounds like you're like in an arcade now.
Yeah. Remind me of Arnie, and I love Arnie. So. Anyway, so that was the next iteration of the game. Now, I talked about me being a kid and probably seeing things I shouldn't.
I wasn't dragged to that movie as an older sister to put it.
So, when I was 9, my friend and I decided we wanted to watch Alien. And we went to the video store and hired it out. And when we got home, we started to watch it. But after about half an hour, we're like, this is a movie about a dog. And what we realized was the clerk had swapped the tape, because obviously we weren't 18. We weren't allowed to watch it. So it took us half an hour to work it out.
I was about to say, you shouldn't have been able to borrow it out.
No, I should have been. I
I love
wasn't.
it that the clerk was like, yeah, here, boys.
Yeah.
It's like, you
So,
drink instead of alcohol.
So, anyway, eventually I got to watch it, and I particularly loved it because I love the atmosphere and the way they use silence and just the scary nature of it. Anyway, and I don't know if you knew, but there was Alien Day that came by, which was the release of Alien, 26th of April. And I just followed some people on Twitter, and they came up with this poster. And I particularly loved it because I just liked the atmosphere of it, the look of it, and I kind of wanted to put that into a game and try and give that same feel. So, as well, I went out and bought these assets, and they look all kind of cute and fun, right? And I'm like, yeah, I could probably use those, turn it into a game, but I want to make it look scary and feel scary. So I did my interpretation of that poster, but into a game. So I'll hit play. Hopefully it sounds loud enough.
That's cool.
Where did you get the sounds from?
I bought them. Yeah, so I paid about $40 for about 100 audio tracks or something. So yeah, I taught myself a little bit about lighting. So I got another asset to give that fog feel, and the glowing effect, obviously.
Oh, where's the jump scare?
Oh well, it's not there. But there's your jump scare, the dead one. Anyway, so that was it. So I mean, that was just a short demo. Just my focus was on the look and feel of it, not gameplay like the previous games. So I also like anime. My partner and I like to watch Netflix a lot, and there was a recent one called Redline, and the particular aspect I loved about it was the sense of speed. I think the animation was great about making you feel like it was fast and a lot of things were happening. I'm like, all right, well, I've done scary, I want to do speed as well. So that was the next thing I worked on, and everything else but the car was purchased. I did design the car myself. I bothered putting the effort in there. So we'll do that. So I had a bit more animation here with making the car rumble, and then also adding things like blur effects and having explosions happen so that things were flying everywhere to give you that sense of acceleration. So I mean, I enjoyed that, but same thing, it wasn't really a game, it's just a feel. Now, I like also Japanese sports cars. I'm not good at driving them though. So
Tell me that's you.
Yeah, it's me. So anyway, another thing, I didn't realize this till later, but has anyone heard of the 27 Club?
Oh yeah, it's when everyone dies.
Yeah, when statistically it's the same as every other year, but a lot of famous people die when they were 27, and my hopes and dreams died when I was 27. Anyway, ignoring that. Yeah, so I love Japanese cars, and I also like the idea of drifting, but when I crashed this, I was heartbroken and I kind of stopped. So I'm like, you know what, I want to build a game that's kind of focused on drifting as well, try and make it fun, something my friends and I can play with without costing a lot of money. So I put this one together, which is split screen. Once again, assets were purchased, but I've just built the physics of it and integrated everything together. The sound's not great, I did a bad recording of it at the time. Yeah, so putting things in like the score as well, checkpoints, actually trying to flesh out a game a bit more. Yeah, so that one's got one too. I was driving the red one. I didn't crash the white one in the video. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's where my... Yes.
You said you kind of got into it because you knew you were a perfectionist at coding. Do you think going through this has changed how you approach your job every day?
A little. I've certainly had a lot less anxiety about the way that I work. Because I was previously in consulting, worked with a lot of smart people. And I was always feeling like... Whoa! Well, but I always felt like I was being judged.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I just said, I want to kind of step away from that and get rid of that mentality.
Yeah.
And hence why if I just publish things that, you know, I can move away from,
Yeah.
I've moved away from that state of mind. So even now, like, you know, with pull requests here, people comment on it and I won't take it personally. So yes, we still have very intelligent people here, thank you. But I just don't feel as attacked.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's about improving, not about being right the first time.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
So I do have my gaming laptop at my desk. So if anyone wants to actually have a go at any of those games or see how it works under the hood, I'm happy to show you. I think we all want to drink really.
If there are no other questions, if you could just grab a chair and like either put it back in this section or that section.